Batman The Long Halloween is one of those books that are praised as being the best Batman story ever, sort of similar to how a lot of people praise Batman R.I.P. or Dark Knight Returns as being the best Batman story ever. But unlike Dark Knight Returns, this isn't nearly as complicated. It's just more of a straightforward mob slash gang slash villain Batman story. This is loosely what The Dark Knight was actually based on, and after reading this for the first time, I will say I can see where Christopher Nolan got a lot of his inspiration from in this book. In my opinion, this is the only good book that Jeff Loeb has ever written. Other than that, I think his writing is kind of garbage. Just my opinion. But anyways, Batman The Long Halloween. Let's start with explaining the plot. The plot is basically Batman on Halloween. Batman is fighting, I believe it was Catwoman and everything, and some of these gang members gets murdered and leaves behind a pumpkin. Now, basically, he does this on every single holiday. They basically call him the holiday killer, where he leaves something behind. I believe it was Thanksgiving, he leaves behind a cornucopia. Christmas, he leaves behind a snow globe. New Year's, he leaves behind a champagne glass. Valentine's Day, a box of chocolates. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. This story is set up in a way where when they finally do reveal who the holiday killer is, they keep changing it. It's weird. Like, you don't know if, like, whichever person says they're the holiday killer, if that's actually them. Like, whether or not this person is the holiday killer, this person is the holiday killer. By the way, if you don't want to know anything about this, I would stop reading it after this point, or stop watching it after this video after this point, because I'm going to get into some spoiler-heavy territory on, the holiday and stuff, and the holiday killer and stuff, and who he or she actually is. Basically, like I said, this book is about Batman trying to find the holiday killer and the mob and Falcone and everything. This is really interesting, especially when you do compare it to The Dark Knight. You can see a lot of these similarities. For instance, Commissioner Gordon in The Dark Knight, Commissioner Gordon, Batman, and Harvey Dent on the rooftops are talking in The Dark Knight and everything, and like that sort of circle formation. They did the exact same thing in the book, and it's like exact. Like, they took some literal shots from that movie and everything. But one thing I do like is they literally took one line from this book in The Dark Knight. Basically, what is it? Let me find the page. Basically, they're talking and everything, and Batman goes, "Agreed." And then Harvey Dent starts talking and everything. Then he turns around and Batman's gone. He's like, "Gone?" And then Commissioner Gordon looks over. He does that. Annoying, isn't it? That was a line in The Dark Knight, which was really, really funny and everything. Yeah, this book is, I don't know. It's written really well. This is like one of the only times I've seen Jeff Loeb actually write something decent, in my opinion. I know a lot of people really like Jeff Loeb. But I really like the way he handles Batman in this. He is a silent figure unless he needs to speak. And throughout this whole entire book, he keeps repeating how, "I believe in Gotham City, I believe in Harvey Dent." And one specifically, it was about his parents. I'm trying to find the page exactly what he said. Let me just find it. But he like repeats the stuff whenever in the story it's necessary. And like, it's weird when you meet, say, like when you meet like Calendar Man or something. He walks up to him and he gives him the same bio he does every time. You would think it would feel repetitive, but for some reason it feels like appropriate for the story. And I really like how Jeff Loeb writes the Joker. The Joker in this, art and design wise, and the way he's written, I really like him in this book. Same with Catwoman and, like I said, Batman. Let me just find a specific quote that I'm looking for that I really liked in this book. It's on New Year's. basically the Joker stole a plane and everything, and he's gonna go all suicide bomber on Gotham Square. And he's, talking to Batman when he attaches himself onto the plane and everything. And let me just find the part that I'm thinking of. Sorry about this. Oh yeah, the Joker basically, he's talking to him. And the Joker goes, "I don't know what you're so mad at me for. I'm just trying to stop the Holiday Killer, like you are." And then Batman goes, "By killing everyone in Gotham Square." And his cape gets like a little shredded and everything. And he's like, "Ah." And he goes, "Why not? Don't you know who Holiday is? I don't know who What it was, why not? You don't know who Holiday is. I don't know who Holiday is. But the odds are he or she might be in the crowd tonight, and you're insane. Has it really taken that long for you to notice?" I don't know, that's really well written Joker for me. That like, it's insane logic that really doesn't make any sense, but when you think about it, it really does make sense at the same time. Catwoman's written really well in this book. I like the way the gangsters are written in this book and everything, and how Alfred tries to put logic in a lot of things. And Harvey Dent, how he just didn't realize, Bruce's parents had died and everything, and he brings up, "Oh, Bruce's dad ever come up over here?" And Alfred just gives him that look like, are you serious? You freaking moron. I'm not even going to respond to that. Yeah, I like the way Alfred's written in this. He's not written as some kind of moron. He's more written as a smart individual. One thing. I agree with Brown Coat Eric blows himself up, dude, said in his review about this. I hate in this book is the way Jeff Loeb writes Scarecrow and Mad Hatter, because instead of them being actual interesting characters who use the persona as the Scarecrow and the Mad Hatter as sort of a, just a look, all they do in this book, all which Scarecrow does is quote nursery rhymes, and all Mad Hatter does is quote Alice in Wonderland or Through the Looking Glass. And it's not even, interesting or anything or creepy. It's just sounds so stupid in this. I don't know, I really don't like it. And I know Brown Coat Eric would agree on that. In his review, he stated that a few times. It's just something I'm not very fond of. I'm trying to find the page where there's this specific line of dialogue that just bugs the crap out of me, because Mad Hatter and Scarecrow are arguing, and they're just talking to each other in nursery rhymes and Alice in Wonderland quotes, and it really doesn't make sense how they would understand each other at all. It's like Pokemon or something, where it's like only Ash understands what Pikachu is actually saying, even though he's just going, "Pika, Pika, Pikachu." Just really annoying. Let me find the page. Wait, is this the page? No. Getting closer. So this is taking so long. It's just kind of, yeah. Here it is. Basically they're arguing, and this is literally the dialogue in the book. Patty cake, baker's man." And then Mad Hatter goes, "You could always have more." And then, the guy walks in, "Gentleman," and it's like, really, why? Why would you write Scarecrow or Mad Hatter like this? It makes no sense whatsoever. But all in all, this book is written really well, besides those little problems I have with it. But into the discussion about Holiday. Now, it is first stated that, let me find the specific page I'm looking for. The guy who they first considered to be the Holiday Killer. I always get all these gangsters and names mixed up because they're all so similar and everything. No, not the right page. Page 9. Okay, Alberto Falcone. He's Carmine Falcone's son and everything. The son that did the gang business. But he said he is the holiday killer, and Two Face says that there were two holiday killers all along, and he was the second one. But they explain that as like, uh, Carmine Falcone was the original holiday killer who committed all these crimes, but then Two Face continued it on his little rampage where he killed a bunch of people towards the end. Now, what bugs me is you don't. Well, I like this, but it also sort of bugs me. Uh, at the very end, it states that what Batman was thinking is wrong, and let me read this exact thing. Harvey's wife Gilda is just walking around the house talking to herself. She's like, "Harvey, I did what needed to be done. Do you remember? You promised we would finally have time together when you didn't work so much, when you didn't have so much work to do. I read that your case files about talking about serial numbers off the guns and how the baby bottle nipple would muffle the sound, how clues left at murder scenes, and I thought if I did that, Batman would think it was think it was someone extraordinary and not me. Not me. And I used your hat and coat as disguise and lift things at the killings. Johnny Vito was the first visit. Then on Thanksgiving, I left the hospital and you slept. And again at Christmas. And, she keeps going. And it's like, it says that Harvey's wife is the holiday killer, which to me, I find to be a cool plot twist. But at the same time, it's never interpreted which is which. In my opinion, while it is, I'm not sure if it's more logical that Alberto is the holiday killer, but I do like better that it would be Harvey's wife. I don't know, it's really not made clear. But besides that, this book, in my opinion, is fantastic. I give it a 9 out of 10, except for those little flaws and everything. Go pick it up. I found this on eBay. The cover was like slightly damaged, like barely any though, for $8 when it's normally like $30 to $40 in stores. Let's click this in paperback or hardcover. But yeah, just pick it up if you see it. It's a really good book, and yeah, guys, it's basically it. Just pick up Batman Long Halloween. It's really good. And that's been it, guys. Stay tuned for more comic book Transformer reviews. That's it, guys, and yeah, see ya.